A Common Idiot presents Monster Mania. The next movie on the list is one of my favorite werewolf movies of all time, and I honestly think this is the best werewolf movie ever made, and that's An American Werewolf in London. This movie came out in 1981 and was directed by John Landis. Now, you would be familiar from John Landis's work, and if you had never knew this, you don't really anticipate seeing him in the horror genre, but he's been involved in some pretty big films. Some of those films being Animal House, Blues Brothers, Coming Soon, Trading Places, The Twilight Zone, Spies Like Us. A lot of the 80s hits came from John Landis, so him being involved in the horror comedy genre was a little bit different, but this movie did really well at the box office, and for good reason. If you had never seen this film, just to kind of give you a plot breakdown, it's about two Americans who decide to go backpacking through Europe and unfortunately get attacked by a werewolf. Now, Jack and David, the two backpackers, unfortunately one of them don't make it. And David wakes up the next day and they all tell him, well, you were attacked by a dog and unfortunately your friend passed away. Well, as David is recovering in the hospital, he starts having dreams, and then he starts seeing his friend Jack come back from the dead, warning him of what has happened and what he's about to turn into. Now, over the course of the movie as it goes, we see Jack reappear a couple times, and every time we see him basically decaying as a ghost, and we see his body getting worse and worse. And I think that's one of the best things about this movie is the practical effects. The practical effects in this film are phenomenal. Just as I just mentioned, seeing Jack come back all scarred up and destroyed from the attack, and then over time you could see the body is rotting. It's really impressive and believable, and I think that's the main point of the practical effects, is to make you believe what you're seeing on screen. To even emphasize that further is David's transformation portion of the film. When we see David transform to the wolf for the first time, it is insane. Even to this day, this movie made back in 81, the practical effects hold up so well. This is the best transformation of a werewolf that I've ever seen in any movie. CGI kills it in all those other movies, I think, and the only way to do it is the practical effects because it makes it the most believable. And this is done so well. On top of that, I think what makes it a little bit different and really puts it in that horror/comedy genre is the music and score that they chose to play, because a lot of this movie is played with an upbeat soundtrack. I mean, that transformation scene, we're listening to Creedence Clearwater with Bad Moon Rising, which is fitting, but we see him transforming into this horrible monster and the pain that he's going through, but you're listening to this upbeat soundtrack. So everything about this movie is just phenomenal. Like I said, the practical effects, the acting, the way it's directed, the way it was written, I loved everything about it. The actors that all involved really sell the movie, and they do a really good job keeping you intrigued and watching the entire way. So if you're looking for a good werewolf movie this year for Halloween, I definitely recommend checking out the old American Werewolf in London. You will not be disappointed. And if you've seen this movie, let me know down below in the comments what you think. What's your favorite part? How do you like this movie? Do you have a better werewolf movie that I didn't mention? Like I said, I don't think there's many that can top this, but I'm always open to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, take care.